music, and more.
Yes, Media Academy Radio.
Excite.
All the hits.
It's 12 o'clock from the studios of Yes Man Radio, the First Media Academy Radio. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us on Global News. In the headlines, Presidency endorses Eze Iyamu. Edo Deputy Governor alleges assassination plot. On the foreign scene, Beirut explosion, world leaders to hold 8th summit. And from the exciting world of sports, US Open 2020, Serena Williams still planning to play event and French Open. Now the news in detail. My name is Olatunde Ido. Good afternoon. President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Professor Yemi Sonde have backed Pastor Osage Eze Iyamu as the candidate of the All Progressive Congress APC in the forthcoming governorship election in Edo State. Both leaders endorsed the APC candidate when he visited the presidential villa in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. President Buhari presented the symbolic party flag to Eze Iyamu at a closed-door meeting attended by his chief of staff, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, and the governors. They include the APC Caretaker Committee Chairman, Governor Maimala Boni of Yobe State, Chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, Atiku Bagudu of Kebbi State, and Chairman of the APC National Campaign Council for the Edo State election, Governor Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano State. After the meeting with the governor, Eze Iyamu later visited the vice president at his office, where he presented the flag to Professor Osinbajo. After the presentation, the APC candidate addressed journalists at the State House.
And the symbol of authority remains. Once it is in place, they can sit and they can deliberate. And there are many examples to that effect. So yesterday, what you saw was that the governor left the executive arm, invaded legislative arm, and took control. There's clear separation of power. We have
Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission had fixed September 19 to conduct the election in Edo State. So, talking election in Edo State, the All Progressive Congress yesterday flagged off its campaign ahead of the governorship election in Edo State on September 19th. The event took place at the University of Benin Sport Complex, Benin City. Dignitaries who were present include the Yobe State Governor and Chairman of the APC Caretaker Committee, Maimana Buni, Governor of Kano, Imo, Kaduna, Osun, and former Chairman of the party, Adams Oshiomhole, as well as some ministers. Before the campaign flag-off, the APC governorship candidate Osage Ize Iyamu and his guests paid a courtesy visit to the Oba of Benin, Oba Ewuare II, to seek his blessings. At the flag-off, Kano State Governor and Chairman of APC National Campaign, Abdullahi Ganduje, said the party is confident of victory and will perform better than the current administration in the state. The APC's flag-off comes on the heels of dramatic events in the State House of Assembly. The Edo State Deputy Governor Philip Shuaibu has made allegations of a plot to assassinate high-profile personalities in the state. Shuaibu said this during a press briefing in Benin City. Shuaibu called on President Muhammadu Buhari to charge security agencies to do their work because Edo will not be a theater of war if these things are dealt with. Let's listen to the Deputy Governor of Edo State.
That some individuals are in Edo State, and their assignment is to come and assassinate some known individuals in the state. So I'm hereby bringing to the notice of the general public that these people are in town, and we've communicated to the security agencies about the activities and why they are in town, and also to use this medium to call on Mr. President to also call the security to do their work.
Meanwhile, the former Deputy Senate President, Ike Ekweremadu, has described the political crisis in Edo State as an embarrassment and an affront to Nigerian democracy. Senator Ekweremadu was speaking on the sidelines of the Enugu People's Democratic Party (PDP) Congress to elect new executives of the party at the state level. According to Ekweremadu, the people of Edo State should be given the opportunity to exercise their franchise and elect who they want as their leader. Ekweremadu called on all the players, irrespective of party affiliations, to desist from any act that will threaten the young democracy of Nigeria. Let's listen to the former Deputy Speaker.
It's the kind of people, it's an affront in the democracy. So I believe that that's supposed to be so. The people should be allowed to decide who their leader should be. And that's why the difference between democracy and other forms of government. So the issue of this attitude of bringing in talks, bringing security men to come and determine the will of the people is anti-democracy. So I cannot support that kind of attitude. So I want to appeal to all the players in Edo State, both PDP, NDC, and other political parties, to give this a chance, allow the people of Edo State to elect their leaders. Unless we do.
The governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, has said he will not support a northern candidate for the 2023 presidency. El-Rufai made this statement in an interview with newsmen. Governor El-Rufai said the idea of zoning the presidential seat is necessarily not constitutional, but is based on the country's political arrangement, which he believes should be respected. El-Rufai said, and I quote, "The southern part of the country is supposed to produce the president come 2023. I don't support a northerner to vie for the seat after President Muhammadu Buhari based on Nigeria's political arrangement." The governor, however, said he had no interest in becoming the president in 2023 and termed rumors around such as being baseless. President Buhari's nephew, Maman Daura, had earlier in an interview said he was against the zoning of the presidency. The virtual conference set up by France and the United States had started at about 2:14 hours Lebanon time, which is about 11 a.m. GMT. U.S. President Donald Trump has asked he plans to join the call. Officials estimate the blast at the warehouse, which stored 2,000 tons of ammonium nitrate, cost up to $15 billion, which is about 11.5 billion pounds in damage. The explosion left at least 158 people dead, 5,000 injured, and 300,000 homeless. On Saturday, several thousand people took to the street with police at stone-throwing protesters and some demonstrators storming government ministries. The United States of America has warned its citizens against traveling to Nigeria over the coronavirus pandemic. The warning was contained in a travel advisory obtained on its website. The advisory, which was dated August 6, also cautioned U.S. citizens from traveling to 12 states in Nigeria over security challenges. Among the security challenges listed in the advisory are terrorism, civil unrest, kidnapping, and maritime crime. In a statement titled Country Summary, the U.S. citizens were warned not to travel to Borno and Yobe and Adamawa states due to terrorism. They were also asked to avoid Adamawa, Bauchi, Borno, Gombe, Kaduna, Kano, and Yobe states due to kidnapping. Other states listed are Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, and Rivers State, with the exception of Port Harcourt due to civil unrest, kidnapping, and maritime crime. While giving a summary of security situation in Nigeria, it added violent crimes such as armed robbery, assault, carjacking, kidnapping, and rape is common throughout the country. Exercise extreme caution throughout the country due to the says she is still planning to play this month's US Open and the French Open in September. World number 1 Ashley Barty and fellow top 10 players Elena Svitolina and Kiki Bertens have all withdrawn from the US Open, which is set to begin on the 31st of August in New York. The rescheduled French Open starts on the 27th of September at Roland Garros in Paris. Williams is set to play in the WTA Top Seed Open in Lexington, Kentucky next week as preparation for the US Open, which she has won 6 times. Barty and Svitolina pulled out of the US Open because of concerns over traveling to the United States during the coronavirus pandemic, while Bertens from the Netherlands withdrew because of Dutch government regulations that require people returning from the US to quarantine for 2 weeks. World number 2 Simona Halep is also not expected to play in the tournament, which will be held behind closed doors, while defending champion Rafael Nadal and Nick Kyrgios have withdrawn from the men's event. Williams, 38, said she had become a little bit of a recluse during the pandemic. And that'll be all on Global News for this hour. But before I go, let me bring you a recap of the stories I brought to you earlier. In the news, we told you that presidency endorses Ize Iyamu. Edo Deputy Governor alleges assassination plot. And on the foreign scene, we brought you the news that Beru explosion world leaders to hold 8 summit. And from the exciting world of sports, US Open 2020, Serena Williams still planning to play event and French Open. The news was put together by Prosper Abolade Shomi and delivered by Olatunde Ido. The Yoruba version of Global News comes up immediately after this. Many thanks for listening. My name is Olatunde Ido. Good afternoon.